I remember that crisp autumn morning like it was yesterday. The sun was still climbing over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the sleepy neighborhood. I had been tracking this suspect for weeks, following a trail of digital breadcrumbs and whispers from informants. Finally, I had a name, an address, and a warrant. As I stepped out of my cruiser, the chill in the air bit at my face. I adjusted my vest, a familiar ritual that always brought a sense of focus. My partner, Rachel, fell into step beside me, her eyes scanning the surroundings with a practiced intensity. We exchanged a brief nod, and I knew she was ready. The house loomed before us, a nondescript ranch with faded siding and overgrown bushes. I could feel my heart rate ticking up, a slow, deliberate drumbeat in my chest. This was it, the moment of truth. I approached the door, my hand resting on the grip of my pistol. The wood creaked beneath my knock, and the silence that followed was oppressive. I knew he was in there. I could feel it. The door cracked open, and a bleary-eyed face peered out. My suspect. My gaze locked onto his, and for an instant, we just stared at each other. I could see the calculation in his eyes, the weighing of options. "Deputy," I said, my voice firm but measured. "I have a warrant for your arrest." His eyes darted to the side, and I knew he was thinking about making a run for it. But Rachel was already moving, flanking him on the left, her eyes fixed on his hands. I took a step forward, my hand tightening around my pistol. "Don't," I warned, my voice low and even. "It's over." The tension hung in the air like a challenge, but I knew I had the upper hand. Slowly, he raised his hands, and I saw the resignation in his eyes. It was a small victory, but one I'd been working towards for a long time. "Turn around," I instructed, my tone firm but controlled. "Let's get this over with." The aftermath. It's always the hardest part. The adrenaline's worn off, and reality sets in. I remember walking back to my patrol car, my boots heavy on the pavement, feeling like I was trudging through quicksand. The sun was still shining, but it seemed dimmer, like a veil of sadness had been draped over the entire scene. As I opened the door, the familiar creak of the hinges was a welcome sound, a reminder that some things remained constant in a world that had just been turned upside down. I took a deep breath, letting the familiar scent of worn leather and stale coffee calm my nerves. I radioed in, my voice steady, reporting the situation. It's amazing how detached you can be in those moments, like you're observing yourself from outside your body. I remember thinking, this is what I've been trained for. But the thought was fleeting, quickly replaced by the weight of what I'd just witnessed. The investigation that followed was a blur of chaos and procedure. I replayed the events in my mind, trying to recall every detail. The sound of the shots, the smell of gunpowder, the look of terror on the victim's face. I relived it all, again and again, as I answered questions from my colleagues and superiors. The crime scene unit arrived, and I watched as they meticulously collected evidence, their gloved hands moving with precision.